following film is presented in its complete theatrical version. It was rated R by the MPAA and may not be appropriate for children under 17.
It's okay.
The magician. You stop the magician, then the act is over.
We don't want to be like what we respect. Bigger week. Good focus by our team. Obviously, the energy, the purpose, the focus is there, execution. I said at the beginning of the week, we're bringing our own.
It's not going to be easy. We got to take it.
I'll leave it at that.
It's not going to be easy. That's how you want it.
I'm a Raider. I'm a Raider. Tell me I'm a Raider. All the doubters, all the stuff in
the Raiders game to play.
I'm gonna tell you something. That defense was all over Patrick Mahomes yesterday. It was pretty incredible to watch.
We believe. They know what I said. I will. I believe. We believe. God damn it, this is what the hell we do. Let's smoke on, let's talk on. The Raiders goddamn way.
Yo, Raider Nation for life. What it do? It's your boy Dirty Man live in the building, man. I want to thank everybody for pulling up. 50 billion things on the face of the planet you could be doing. The fact that you allow me to grace your screen for any amount of time is greatly appreciated, more than I can verbally express. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I came in. Truthfully, I didn't really plan on doing anything, but I got a phone call from one of my brothers this morning. Kind of hit me with the bad news. You know, as everybody know, I'm not really on social media like that and whatnot. You know, I have accounts, but I don't check it all the time, and I don't look at messages all the time. I might look at them once a week or whatever. But I say that to say this. You know, at I believe Friday, our brother Gabe lost his mother. You know what I mean? And I wanted to give my condolences to him and his family. Let him know that I love him. I respect him. He asked me if I could be so kind as to share his GoFundMe as they try to put money together for burial costs and things of that nature. I told him I would. So that's what you see going across the screen at the bottom. That is for our brother Raider Gabe. I also reached out to him and asked him to join me. He said if he had some time, if he was feeling up to it, he'd pull up. So other than that, I just wanted to share, my thoughts on this top 10 quarterback conversation that they got going on right about now. And I'm gonna share the list that I think is the most accurate list. Everybody's got a list, but I think this is probably the most accurate list that is out. It is by Pro Football. It is by Pro Football. So let's go ahead and pull it up. Let's have the conversation. We will start at 10 and work our way down, just like the list. So here we go. This is the list, top 10 list of quarterbacks available in this year's draft. At number 10, they have Carter Bradley. Carter Bradley is the son of former NFL head coach Gus Bradley. We all know who Gus Bradley is. Transferred to South Alabama and reworked his game. He improved his accuracy and his mechanics and earned an invite to the Senior Bowl in 2024, where he continued to impress NFL teams. He is scheduled to be a mid to late round QB candidate. He has a lot of appeal. He's not the most mobile QB, but he is a functional pocket operator with good processing ability. Secretion is as a playmaker and an NFL caliber arm that can drive velocity and hit fleeting windows. I heard a guest pop up, and ladies and gentlemen, I do have a guest backstage. This is a brother of mine. You know what I mean? Family. I look at him like family. We good like that, ladies and gentlemen. He is he is the chaplain of NWA. He is the CEO of Brown Crackers. He is your go-to guy for all your fishing outdoor needs, I still believe. And he is one half of the 2 for 1 show with SC. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Raider Twine.
Hey, what's going on, man? Good evening to everybody out there, and blessings to everybody.
Good evening, good morning, depending on where you at. Good evening and
True.
good morning.
Very
good
true.
Day. I saw Ozzy in the building, so good day, Ozzy. You know what I mean? Good day to you. I know it's way earlier than it is here. So good day to you.
Absolutely. What we got cooking? I heard somebody say Bradley.
Yeah, so we are looking at the top 10 so Pro Focus Football's top 10 quarterback list for the NFL draft this year. Number 10 was Gus Bradley. Son Carter Bradley. You know what I mean? From South Alabama. He was he is number 10 on the list that they have. We were just talking about how the discretion as a decision maker and an NFL caliber arm that can drive velocity and hit fleeting windows. So that's what they say. You know what I mean? He's not mobile, but he's a functional pocket operator with good processing ability, discretion as a decision maker, and an NFL caliber arm that can drive velocity and hitting fleeting windows. I mean, I haven't really watched him. I'll be honest. I haven't really watched him. I'm going to watch him later on. I'm gonna take a look at him. But I felt like when I looked at this list, this was like the most accurate description of the list that I could quite possibly find, from 9 to 1. I don't really know a lot about, Carter Bradley, but from 9 to 1, I know. You know what I mean? So on number 9 on the list is Jordan Travis from Florida State. Now, the Florida State Seminoles went 23-4 through 2022 and 2023, and Jordan Travis was far and away the team's most important player during that stretch. If you need any proof, look at how his absence swayed the college football playoff selection committee in 2023. The decision to exclude Florida State from CFB playoffs was a controversial one, but there's no denying the impact Travis made, both as a distributor and a playmaker from the pocket. At 6'1", 205, Travis doesn't fit the prototypical mold, nor does he have a high-end arm strength, but he's a hyper-elite creator with impressive twitch and creative mechanical feel as a passer. Those traits could help him stick around in the NFL. But see, here's the thing. Keywords on that is help him stick around, not help him start, but help him stick around. Do we want a quarterback that can stick around? You know what I mean? Or do we want a quarterback that can start? See, there's a lot of when you get into the research and you start looking at, film, he doesn't have the big arm. You know what I mean? He doesn't. He's not prototypical. I don't know. Hyper elite creator with impressive twitch and a corrective mechanical feel as a passer. I mean, but that's not enough. That's not enough. Not this day and age. Not this day and age. You need more than that. Just from my thoughts. You know, I could be wrong, but I would believe you would need more than that to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. And everybody's got him going up there, you know, high. But I'm thinking this guy's a late to mid round picks as well. You know,
And I
go ahead.
no, and I think that also is in perspective too. I think the reason why they said stick around is because they foresee that he's going to be a mid round, pickup at quarterback. Now, are you expecting your mid round quarterback to? I mean, yeah, you can throw out the Tom Brady's and those that were in the mid rounds that end up turning into starters, but you know, in most cases, if you're drafting that far back at quarterback, especially for that position, that person is pretty much like they said, is he going to stick around? And if he does, then great, you know what I'm saying? And if he doesn't, then you took a shot and it didn't work. I saw his tape. Um, I thought there were some good things there. I thought there were some good things there at quarterback, but one thing that kind of stuck out to me was his physical tangibles, which he's 6'1", and being 6'1" at quarterback. Of course, we've seen shorter quarterbacks, but we know what difficulties that is when you're that short behind an offensive line that is probably 6'3" and up. Um, so we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't. I'm not penciling him in as a day one starter for any team.
Yeah, I'm not I don't really have him that high on the board for me, truthfully. Just
Mm.
for me. I think the kid, how do I say this politely? I think he's NFL caliber, but may just be a really good backup.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? That guy you can depend on to come in and, like, if your quarterback goes down for a little bit or whatever, he can come in, he can
Hmm.
game manage for a little. But actually be the starter, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Not with today's NFL, not with the way that the defenses play these days. You know, 6'1", I don't. It's not a bad height, right? It's not a bad height. It's a fairly decent height. You can see over the line, but kid does some things good. He does some things bad. Um, he was extremely important to Florida State. I'll give them that. He was extremely important to Florida State, but I don't know. I don't know. But I believe he's at the right area of where I felt like he was on my list. You know what I mean? Right in that number 9 area.
Hmm.
Moving to number 8, they got Michael Pratt from Tulane. Michael Pratt is the best group of 5 passer in the 2024 NFL draft. He made a great impression at the Senior Bowl with his ability to direct his teammates and throw with touch. He has a long future ahead of him as a quality backup and spot starter. See what I'm saying? That's why I say, give me 1 second.
Hmm. Yeah, but like even going to um, talking about Travis, I think Travis definitely, like you said, he has uh backup, what I'm saying, already on him, but we'll see if he actually becomes a starter. He kind of for me, I kind of when I saw him, he kind of reminded me of Jarrett Stidham. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna, you know, everything that we're saying. Well, at least everything I'm saying is not in pen. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is in pencil. Um, but in regards to Jordan Travis, I was encouraged with certain things that I know that he can work on and improve on and get better at too. But yeah, him at Florida State, he actually did like I forgot what the guy's name is, but he had a tall 6'4" um, wide receiver target that he liked to throw to. Um, has some mobility too. So um, if you're looking for someone in the later rounds, definitely that could be somebody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys click the like button if you guys have not. Um, and if you have not, go ahead and subscribe. Let me see who's in the chat. Pizzle, good to see you, man. Tony, Rays Allegiance is in the building. Ozzy, Raider Way, Joel Lee, Ray Love, good to see you. Bearded the Raider, blessings to you. Um, it looks like, oh yeah, you guys make sure you guys have, if you guys have not, the GoFundMe is at the top of the channel uh tag. So if you guys go ahead and support our brother Raider Gabe and his family, for all those that that know Gabe or just know a another brother in the Raider Nation, um, is definitely in need. So definitely, the GoFundMe is there to donate, um, and be a blessing to him and his family. And all as always, prayers to his family, um, during these tough times. I said Travis is better than they think, in my opinion. But yeah, still fourth round pick. Yeah, and that's where when I watched the tape, honestly, that's where I saw him to be somewhere in the mid rounds, possibly. Yeah, and I hate to say it, but similar to around the same area we saw Aiden O'Connell get picked up. Um, so um, we definitely are in need of upgrading that room at quarterback. So it's good that we're looking at this list to see what we can do. I know that a lot of people um, talk about who we want, from the top end of this list that I know that we'll probably be going over, but um, it's also good to look at, some of these mid round guys. Who knows? We might hit a good one. You know what I'm saying, in the middle round. What if there's an opportunity for us to in the draft to double dip, and get two quarterbacks. Um, that is also an option.
My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. My son always causes me some issues, man. I love him to death, bro. Me and him got to have a long conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen. He is truly considered family to me, ladies and gentlemen. I tell y'all that all the time. He is family to me. Um, I want to offer my condolences, ladies and gentlemen, to my brother, the one, the only, Mr. Reddy Gabe. What's good with you, Gabe?
What's up, man? What's cracking? What's cracking?
How you living,
Hey,
fam?
Just yeah, man. Just tough times, you know what I mean. But we gotta push through, you know what I mean. We gotta push through for sure, man. You know what I mean. It's a tough time right now for the family and shit like that. But it's just it's anybody who's ever lost a family member and shit like that, especially moms. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to take, bro. But I'm taking it day by day for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
absolutely.
As I always say, I try to tell people I'm not being insensitive. Just understand that the hurt and pain that the people that you love are going through at that point in time, they feel no more. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So we take joy in trying to understand that they're at peace and feeling comfort. So
Yeah.
but
Her
it
suffering
hurts.
is over.
It hurts.
Her
Yeah,
suffering is over for sure, man.
it hurts
You know what I
because
mean?
we don't get to hold them anymore or talk to them, or you know what I mean. So it hurts. Realizing you got to keep going without them.
Sure. For
Yeah,
sure,
man. So we're here talking quarterback. We were just talking the top 10 quarterback list right now. You know what I mean? I figured it's about time to get to that stage. Taking a look at where they got them ranked. I think this is probably the most accurate list of rankings that's out. It's at the top 10. So we have they started off with 10, and at 10 they had Carter Bradley from South Alabama, then Jordan Travis, and now we were on Michael Pratt out of Tulane. So poised in the pocket, has excellent field vision. I know y'all talked about it. So for me, late round guy, late round guy. He can make it happen. He can make it happen. I wouldn't put my faith in our team in him, but not another guy that probably won't be a bad backup. You know what I mean? Could be a starter, but not a bad backup. Not a bad guy to have. Not a bad guy to have to turn to in that moment. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. What about you, Dave? What you know about this kid right here?
I know Tulane. I know like last year he beat. I know he beat. Was it last year where he beat. Last year or this year where they beat USC oh no, it was this last year because I know USC won their bowl game this year with that step in quarterback for that. But I know last year Tulane beat USC in a bowl game, and I from what I remember, I do balled out, man. I think he threw for like 5-6 touchdowns in that game, and I know this year they had a pretty good season themselves again. This year, I mean, they were in the top 25 for I think for like a good minute in this season. So I think he balled out in college, man. He made Tulane relevant. You know what I mean? So I mean, I wouldn't say anything. What is it? What are his measurables? How tall is he? Should like say anything right there? Say he's the best group in 5 passes in 2024. He made great impressions. Senior Bowl, shit. You know what I mean? So from what I've seen that he actually pretty good. He looked like he's one of those prototypical type quarterbacks, but he can move. He can move. He could, and I don't know, man. I think he's not the best guy, that you're gonna have back there. Maybe like if you're trying to go away from, the fucking Aiden O'Connell type shit, where because I mean, not to shit on Aiden at all, you know what I mean? Because I mean, Aiden did what he could, you know what I mean? So, but it's just he's just hampered from by his legs, dog. But I'll say this guy's a little bit more. He's a little bit more mobile, but I wouldn't say, the most mobile guy.
Next on the list at number 7, we have Spencer Rattler out of South Carolina. It surely came with its ups and downs, but Spencer Rattler's college career was something to behold. When he was on top of his game, very few could elevate talent the way Rattler did during his time at Oklahoma and South Carolina. However, when Rattler was off his game, the team around him suffered, as did his accuracy and decision-making process.
I think
Rattler requires some projection at the NFL level, but there's no denying his arm talent and creation capacity inside the pocket. He brings easy velocity, arm elasticity, and off-platform freedom, as well as the arm talent to layer pace and touch on throws. He did win the Senior Bowl MVP, if I'm not mistaken.
Spencer Rattler, though, man, that dude. I just, I've been talking about on my show, though. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's go all in, man. You know what I mean? Like I've been saying, you know what I mean? I'm on the kind of like the Rams fucking, taking a little page out of the Rams playbook, a couple years back, where they even brought out the shirts and saying, fuck them picks, you know what I mean? So I mean, I to a certain extent, you know what I mean? Of course, you know what I mean? Like don't get me wrong, to a certain extent, but like it's just like fuck, man. If we can make any noise in free agency, we gotta be able to like not be scared to make a move in the draft, man. And like top 10 of these quarterbacks is cool and everything, like Spencer Rattler 7 and shit like that, but we got to get one of those top 3 guys, man.
I hear you.
I get it too. Like I see both sides on it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like no matter what, we still need to build up this quarterback room. So whether we whether we address the, like you said, get one of the top 3, but at least and I said it earlier, in the live, it might be an option where we get something in the top, but also we need to get something in the bottom too. You know what I'm saying? Just to shore up that and be cheaper even in the quarterback room.
I want to see if on this list right now, but we'll keep going through it right now. But I want to see if in this list, the guy that I'm thinking about, if he's shooting up the list as well. So we'll keep going there right now.
Now, for me, Spencer Rattler is a kid that I've watched for a very, 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 very long time. I've watched this kid since high school. You have too. You know what I mean? If you watched, I think it was on Netflix. He had that special on Netflix. You know what I mean? When they was following him around, QB prospects. And I've been right about this kid.
Don't get me wrong, he's good.
I've been right about this kid his whole career, man. I was right about him in high school. I was right about what was going to take place at the second level when he got to college. I knew he was going to flame out of his first school and end up transferring. I've been right about this kid the whole time. But here's the kicker. I feel like this kid excels in the NFL. I think this is just what this kid needs. I think the NFL is just what this kid needs. Truthfully, I think it's just what he needs. And I think with the right support around him, this kid plays a lot like Patty. This kid plays a lot like Patty, bro. He can move, he can create. He has his ups and downs. Don't get me wrong. He gets frustrated. He has his ups and downs, right? But he's accurate. He's got arm strength. Long as everything is on pace, and I'm telling you, this kid performs, bro. I think he excels at the next level, and I honestly wouldn't be mad if this was who they got. I'm just saying. I'm not saying this is who I gotta have, but if this is who they ended up with, I wouldn't even be mad at it. He's mobile. He can create. You know, I showed this film the other night. We went over it a little bit. I like the kid. You know what I mean? I like the kid. I've watched, like I said, I've watched him since high school. So, you know, I think the kid, I think he's going to excel at the next level, man. I really do. I believe he's going to excel at the next level. Number 6, J.J. McCarthy from Michigan. As a starter.
That was the guy that I was about to talk about. That's the guy that it says 6, but in other boards, he's 4. He's jumped already, like he's already like jumped fucking Bo Nix and fucking Penix in some boards, bro. Like he's literally right behind Jaden Daniels. Like he's literally jumping up the boards quick. I don't know what's the like the surge right now. I don't know what it is from last week to this week, but he's literally like, you know, jumping up on everybody's board right now.
Yeah, I saw the same thing.
I mean, he has the pedigree. I mean, he went in there, he won a national championship. He's mobile. He makes, you know, he makes smart decisions. The only thing is that is his arm talent. Is that stuff going to, you know, be able to be what it needs to be in the NFL? It looks like he has the IQ. It looks like, you know, he could run an offense. You know, he could run a system. You know what I mean? He could run like that type of stuff. But it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's gonna if that talent that like you're saying with Spencer, right? Like I don't know if I see it with JJ. I could see he's a winner. Don't get me wrong, he's a winner. Like and shit like that. Like if you get him in the right situation, I think he can you know probably turn into that guy. But man, he's still young. He's still really young, and I think he's just like I don't know, man. McCarthy. I like him and everything like that, but I don't like him in our division too, especially with, you know, the coach, you know, one of his rivals is, you know, the coach is going to know him like the back of his hand, man. Fucking, you know, recruited him since he was a fucking 16, 15-year-old, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I don't know how would that look with the Raiders?
Yeah, with JJ, same thing. You know, of course, certain things are going to rise up the boards, and I think part of the reason why JJ rises up the board is because he is the winning quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And that holds weight, you know, on many levels. But again, I agree with you, Gabe. One of my biggest question marks in regards to JJ is there's not too much out there on tape that shows and proves to me that he can be that. You know, the other guys we're going to talk about, and the other guys that we've already talked about, those guys, I don't have a problem with them stepping back and throwing the ball 30 times in a game. You know what I'm saying? I know those quarterbacks going to be able to, if it had to come down to throwing it the whole game, they would be able to throw it like that. I don't know about JJ. I don't know if I don't know if I could give him the ball, you know what I'm saying, and have him throw it 30 times if that's what it takes for us to win a game. So that's the question mark that I have on JJ McCarthy.
Especially too because how he's jumping up the boards. I'm definitely not taking him at 13. You know what I mean? So it's like because say we don't move up for nothing or we just stay put at that position. I'm definitely not taking him at 13.
Yeah.
But right here, this line right here bothers me. McCarthy was more or less a passenger for most of the season closing run.
Yeah, because they were running the ball mostly. You know what I mean? They were running the ball, and it was effective because you know they had Corum, you know what I mean, and they had that other running back that they had. I forgot. I think it's Edwards. But they were a run first team. That's what Jimmy likes to do. I mean, that's what Harbaugh likes to do. You know, he likes to run the ball first, and you know make that kind of like translate into like the play action. And JJ did make some pretty good decisions when he needed to. You know, especially, but man, I just can't. That's not a guy that I'm taking in the first round at 13. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like just
the closing line. My bad, Twan, but the closing line. The best outcome might be for him to sit and learn for a year or two while he hones his poise, field vision, and mechanical synergy.
See,
no,
AP don't got that. AP don't have that time, dog, to do that. Like
No.
I mean, like, yeah,
He's
that's
not going to
just
beat
that's
out Aiden O'Connell anyway. Aiden O'Connell beat him in
exactly.
college.
Yeah, he's not. It's just not
Yeah.
gonna happen. I just think I don't see JJ McCarthy coming to the Raiders. I think AP sees that. I think AP sees that. Nah, I'm not gonna let a guy that's, you know what I mean. It's just gonna be at a disadvantage every time they play the fucking, you know, kind of the Chargers are
JJ
gonna be no
McCarthy might end up with the Chargers to sit behind Herbert for a couple of years and learn.
That could be the option, or again, and I'll say this in regards to his, and not trying to bash the dude, but you know, I think he could work for a team. You know what I'm saying? I think he could
Yeah,
work for
exactly.
like, and I'll say this, you know, and I know it's not working that way, but the way that Tennessee used to be, where they, you know, where they had Henry running the ball all the time, and you just needed to pass the ball maybe once or twice to get to move the chain every once in a while, like that. I think that's where JJ McCarthy could work well. But if
Yeah,
you're going to have a team where, you know, like it sounds like AP wants to run the ball, but he also wants to throw the ball. You know, saying he wants both of it. So like I said, I can't hang my hat on him to, you know, throw the ball for us to win the game.
yeah. Like I see him, you know, like with AP's kind of mentality of last year, you know, kind of like run. He wants to run the ball. You know, he kind of does want to run the ball. You know, a lot. Like you've seen it with even Zamir running the ball 25 times. But damn, I still can't. I just like I could see maybe him, you know, being effective in this scheme and stuff like that. But it's just like that's not a guy that's gonna put us over the top. But that's not a guy that we've been asking for type of guy. You know what I mean? Like we just
Yeah.
need somebody dynamic to change the, you know, the course of this franchise. You know what I mean? Like we need somebody to come in here and, you know, start, you know, be a guy. Like why can't we be the fucking guy next people who fucking, you know, choose the next fucking CJ Stroud in the draft or anything like that. So it's like that's what we need to be. We need to be striving for. I think that we need to go get that next guy that's going to be here for the next 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? So it's like that's why I think that, I mean, my plan the whole time has been, you know what I mean. Let's go out and get young. I mean, you see teams that have been building winners nowadays. You know what I mean. It starts with fucking the guy at the top with Patrick Mahomes that like they built that team under his rookie contract. You know what I mean. Eventually he got paid and all that stuff, but you know they were able to build under that rookie contract to build his basically his star power so high that after a while, you know what I mean, guys are just gonna be going there just because of, you know, the guy that's playing quarterback. You know what I mean? So I think we could put ourselves in a very good situation, especially in this draft, bro. Because look at we're at 6 barely, and we're talking about, you know what I mean? We're talking about some pretty good quarterbacks, to be honest. Like even though we're still, you know, what we're saying about JJ McCarthy, he did win a national championship. You know what I mean? He did run a pro style offense. You know what I mean? In Jim Harbaugh's offense. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a pretty damn good draft for a quarterback. You know what I mean? So it's like we have zero excuses to not be able to go and get our guy, I think, this year.
Yeah, I think this whole just, I know we haven't gone through the whole list, but you know, from where we are now, like I think everybody that we've talked about has least, we've all kind of identified that they definitely can be a backup in this league. If not, you know, their ceiling could be, you know, definitely being a starter. So it's good to see that there's 10 of those out there for us to even look at.
Yeah.
So next on the list we got Michael Penix Jr. Was one of the headliners of 2023 college football season, leading his Huskies to a national championship berth while throwing 36 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. In the end, he came up short in the title game. His 2023 play did earn him some newfound respect. Put some legitimacy on him being an early round pick in the 2024 draft. Potential first round if health checks out. That's the key issue. If his health checks out. We all know that he has health issues, and His health issues are serious. It includes 2 torn ACLs, a shoulder problem. That medical history may scare off teams later on, but if Penix medicals check out, then there aren't many arguments against him becoming a developmental starter for a team. Developmental. That's that's a problem right there. Here's another guy that's basically telling you he's gonna have to sit a year. You know what I mean? He's going to have to sit a year. Penix is an excellent field vision, aggressive, competitive toughness, particularly on drive throws, outside the numbers, intermediate range, uh, and he can fit high velocity lasers into microscopic windows. Cool,
It's just
great,
fucking.
wonderful. His
But
health,
it's like,
that 2 torn ACLs right there,
yes.
that right there is a problem. You know what I mean?
And
This
he's gonna be
right,
facing defenses like Michigan, what he did in the national championship. He's gonna be facing defenses like that, every other Sunday. You know what I mean? So it's like that was a problem seeing that shit. Like I like seeing what he did against Texas and shit like that. You know what I mean? But that right there, like I don't know, man. Like that game against Michigan, kind of like I don't know, man. Especially he got hurt again. Like you said, now it's a shoulder injury.
yeah,
On top of what he's already had, so it's like fuck.
yeah. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Twan.
No, I agree with I agree with that. I hate to see him, I hate to see that for him because I see his arm talent. And
It's good, man.
if you look solely on his arm talent, you'd be like, yeah, that's it. But um that injury, yeah, we'll see what the doctors say about it.
Scary.
Yeah.
I mean, we already took one this last year, right? At 7, you know what I mean, with already injury issues, you know what I mean, and it's kind of like, I mean, I'm not gonna shit on, I don't shit on Tyreek because I'm on his. I mean, I know he's gonna be better, you know what I mean. I think for
Hmm.
sure Tyreek's going to be better, you know what I mean, especially with the whole offseason and shit like that. But you know what I mean, it still was a question mark, you know what I mean, with like. It's there's always going to be a lot of noise, especially when you take a guy that high who has injury shit. So it's like now if you take a quarterback, it's super fucking under a microscope. You know what I mean? Because that's that's the position, that's the most important position in sports.
Now,
So
would
right
you?
here, they continued on. They weren't done. They said on top of his superb in structure qualities, Penix also has a wicked arm to match. He'll easily have the strongest left-handed throwing arm in the league over Tua once he makes his NFL leap. And his driving velocity is a fusing element of his accuracy and intangibles. Not to bash, to say that at his peak, Penix could be an NFL starter in a similar mode to Matthew Stafford or Philip Rivers, a surgical pocket operator with the arm strength and elasticity to make the most of any opportunities given by a defense at any level of the field. At 24 years old, Penix still has things to improve, particularly when he's pressured and faced with tight coverage. He'll attempt to force plays, and his mechanics can impact his precision. But in the right situation, there's enough work with him to make a QB1 if he can stay healthy. Again,
If he
back to
can
him
stay
saying, yeah, that's back again to if he can stay healthy.
healthy. For
So,
sure, Bo Nix is next. Yep.
yeah, Bo Nix out of Oregon has quickly made his NFL world forget his struggles at Auburn. They start off with the struggles. Make it known.
Big time
He
struggles at
has
Auburn.
struggled. Big time struggles right there. Now more control of his urges and physical talent. He is a very real first round QB candidate. At 6'2", 213, Nix is one of the most dynamic running and off script QB threats in the NFL draft. He's quick, flexible, short area athlete with excellent creation ability. Plus, he has the arm strength and flexibility to generate velocity of platform. Nick's development of the operational side suggests he can be a quality NFL starter. Week 7 was a big checkpoint for Knicks, who do it against fellow Penix. High pressure. Ducks didn't get the win, but Knicks did get everything he needed to give his team a chance. 33 of 44, 337. Didn't break stride after the demoralizing loss. Came back with near perfect games against Washington State, Utah, Cal, SC, Arizona State, Oregon State. Okay. And 364 completed passes out of 470 attempts, 77% completion rate, 4,500 yards, 45 touchdowns. So he throws a touchdown. He throws a touchdown every 100 yards. gotta give him the credit on that. He throws a touchdown every 100 yards. And just 3 picks. That's not bad at all. He operated at a level of efficiency rarely seen first 2 seasons. Pac-12 lost and took the loss with grace. Boom. He's shown everything needed to be an early round pick. Yeah.
So the next guy. Bo Nix, though. Let's see. I like Bo Nix and everything like that. It's just that's a big thing too. The struggles at Auburn, and then the inability to win the game that he needed to win at Oregon. You know what I mean? He balled out at Oregon and stuff like that, but the inability to win those games, like, you know, the guy that was Penix. Yeah, exactly. The guy that we just finished talking about, you know, Penix with his, you know, injury issues and all of that stuff. You know, Bo Nix couldn't beat him, you know what I mean? And we can't say that, like, you know, I mean, they can't say that Oregon was outmatched or whatever like that, because I mean they got the athletes over there. So it's like that's not the problem at Oregon, you know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean, quarterback for quarterback, you know what I mean? And I don't know, man. It's just man, I don't like, yeah, Bo Nix, that's not a guy that like, again, I'm not going to mortgage, you know, the future, like they say we would have to trade up for him something because the quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3. Like I'm not doing anything, you know. I'm staying put, and I'm still probably not taking him at 13. You know what I mean? I'm probably still if I could maybe trade back and maybe get him late first round, then maybe, but oh man, I'm not picking him at 13, bro. Like that's him. Like the next 3 guys are the 3 guys, you know what I mean, that I'm really keeping an eye on, and that or free agency. But like I can't, like, I just can't see myself, you know, or AP, you know, like with his attitude and just like the shit that he's been like kind of alluding to, like on podcasts and shit like that, like just like this little, the way he reacts, like, or the way he answers when they tell him, like, you know, it's kind of hard to go up and trade for, you know, to get up into the top 5 and shit like that. He's, oh, really? You know, like he just like does like he's just saying like these little shits. But I don't know, man. It just like it seems like they're gonna do everything they can do to go up and get a guy that they want. What, like, that's why I can't even look past the 3 guys in the front.
Yeah, it's tough to, you know, to look at, and with Bo Nix, yeah. He's interesting.
How they lost, it's still 2 losses. You know what I mean? To Michael Penix, and you know, it was actually Bo probably could have, if he would have beat him the second time, he might have had a shot at the national championship.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He might have had the chance at the national championship from there. So, you know, for me, I'm like, hey, you know, he wouldn't be a bad pick, but I'm like, Gabe, if I'm not trading up and I get him at 13, okay, cool. But if I'm trading all the way up, I'm not trading up to get him, man. I'm not. I'm sorry.
I'm not staying put and getting him. Like
I'm trading back. I'm trying to
it
trade
would
back.
it would be a trade back, or we picking something at 13, and I don't know what we do with that second round pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's especially for and like for Penix and Nix, like both of those guys, like if we can get those guys in the second round or in the late first round, then yeah.
Knicks and Spencer Rattler went head to head at the Senior Bowl. Who got the MVP?
Spencer Rattler.
Just saying. If they both sitting there and I'm at 13, I'm gonna take Spencer. There's no need to trade back. I'm gonna take Spencer.
Damn. Okay. I mean, hey, bro, I've
watched Bo Nix go up against Penix twice. He lost. I watched him go head to head at the Senior Bowl, and Spencer looked like a better quarterback that day. He looked like the better quarterback all week.
I seen Bo have to transfer out of Auburn, out of the SEC.
Hey, Spencer had to transfer out of Oklahoma. So I'm just saying he had to transfer out of Oklahoma to go to South Carolina. They both ended up having to transfer to a different division in order to succeed.
I mean, Spencer Rattler, I think, went to not a worse situation, but like I would say a school that's not, really, really known for football. He went from Oklahoma instead, like he did the opposite. He went from Oklahoma to like a prestigious fucking college school to, South Carolina. And right now at the moment, Auburn's had its history and shit like that, but at the moment and while he was there, Auburn wasn't, they haven't had really much of a winning seasons or anything like that. And Oregon has been a better program, you know what I mean? And it's just like he went to a better program, and like it wasn't a big, I don't say a big, I think that what they brought him for is to win those big games, and he didn't, you know what I mean? That's why, like, I think they had the athletes to get themselves to where they needed to. I think they needed the quarterback to get him over the hump, and he didn't. You know what I mean? That's what kind of worries me about Bo Nix.
I know Jaden transferred too. He transferred to a better program as well. I understand that, Loon. That's what I'm saying. Like, they all transferred. They all of these quarterbacks transferred. Even Caleb Williams was a transfer. You know what I mean? I guess you gotta have transfer in your
only Drake. That's only Drake, no?
Huh?
I guess only Drake May, no?
I think
Drake May is the only one that stood at North Carolina.
Yeah.
Basically, out of the top, like 4 or 5 guys. Saying,
you know what I mean? For me, just for me. Now I would love one of these top 3 that we getting into. Don't get me wrong. We about to get into these top 3 right here, and I'll take either one of these 3 if we trading up to get a solidified guy I want in the business.
Right,
these are one of the 3. Number 3 is Jaden Daniels.
I'm just taking Jaden because he probably went to a different program, a better program, whatever like that. But he also went to a tougher division and balled the fuck out and got a Heisman and went for 50 touchdowns. You know what I mean? So it's like on a year that maybe nobody was really looking at LSU and still made some noise. You know what I mean? And it was like the SEC. It might be sometimes overrated or something like that, whatever what people want to call it or whatever like that. But it's still the SEC. There's still the big boys are over there, man. You know what I mean? Like when you look at the linemen and all of that shit, that it's just different type of football played in the SEC. But Jaden was just a fucking balled out this year, man. Like I know that's just a tough fucking that's just a tough ass fucking, conference and shit like that. But he showed, I think, damn, man. I mean, to me, it's Jaden Daniels, just because of the, how they say always, how many quarterbacks, regardless of how good they are, how many quarterbacks go to the wrong situation and just, you know what I mean? We never find out really their potential. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that's the whole reason why I want Jaden, because just the mere fact that AP knows him, dog. AP like you know what I mean. I think he's gonna get the best out of him. You know what I mean? That like there's certain guys who take the best out of certain people. You know what I mean? And I think AP is and Jaden kind of had that dynamic. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason why he was at the last game of the season. You know what I mean? There's a reason why. You know what I mean? Like without even being asked. You know what I mean? Fucking AP sometimes brings up Jaden. You know what I mean? Like that. Like he known him since he was a fucking kid. You know what I mean? So it's like.
Yeah.
Man, so it's just like that. It just
Yeah,
makes
so
so much sense. That's the whole reason why I want Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, I fully agree with that. I mean, I feel like he can get the production that he got out of Jack Jones. He can get that out of Jaden.
Exactly. The situation, bro. Just the situation
he knows
always
the
makes
kid. You know what I mean? He knows the kid. He knows how he performs. He knows how to get the best out of the kid. You know what I mean? So for me, it makes a lot of sense too. And like I said, I wouldn't be mad if they traded up to go get him, bro. Bro. How many picks we got this year? Like 12? 13?
Shit, bro. I think what my thinking is even like I think we're gonna make noise. I think we're gonna make good like a lot of noise in fucking free agency because the Jimmy G news and all of that shit, and that we're gonna release him and save some money because he did, he has that. I guess there was like a little thing in his contract too that we don't have to get. We don't like. I guess we don't lose so much because of the because of his fucking his suspension, right, or something like that. Either or.
Still a lot. Huh?
I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
I'm just saying either or. Like I'm just saying, like we're gonna get money back for that. Where I think most likely we're gonna end up, probably get money back for Renfroe, some money back. So I think I heard somebody talk, I think it was Hondo was saying something around we're gonna probably have more than $50 million at the end of when it's all said and done, dog. Like so, it's like we're gonna have $50 million
extra
to play with. No, $50 million or more to play with in fucking free agency. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have
I thought we were supposed to have one of the top caps. Like we were supposed to be like having.
I think
one of the teams.
The team right now that has the most is 80 million. I think it's the Bears. But I think we can get somewhere in the 50s and stuff like that with the right moves made. You know what I mean? Which still puts us like in the top 5 in money when it's all said and done. So that right there, and then the mere fact that people I think are gonna want to come play for AP, and then you throw in the fucking the no state tax, and you throw in the Vegas effect. I just think that it's like people talking about the facilities and how great they are and shit like that in the Super Bowl week and shit like that. Like people take note of that shit. People take note of those type of things, bro.
Here's the cap space right here. Commanders 73. Patriots 69, Bears 66, Titans 65, Bengals 59, Colts 58, Texans 54, Lions 50, Cardinals 11, Raiders 35, Rams 32, Buccaneers 32, Panthers 26, Falcons 25, Vikings 24, Giants 19, Eagles 19, Chiefs have $15 million. Jaguars have 11. Yeah, Ravens have 5. Jets have 1. Seahawks are over by 5 mil. Packers are over by 5 mil. Steelers are over by 6. The 49ers are over by 12. The Browns are over by 19. The Cowboys are over the cap by 21. The Broncos are over the cap by 24. The Chargers are over the cap by 35. The Dolphins are over the cap by 51.
Damn.
Cap by 55, and the Saints are over the cap by $83 million.
$83 million. God.
They're $83 million over the cap.
It's like, so the Raiders with all what it's all said that they're at 35 right now with everything like that, and I think the added money deal, yeah, they could be somewhere around in the $70 million range and shit like that. We could be somewhere around the $70 million because of the added and stuff like that. So I think that, putting us in the 70, I think we're gonna make noise in the free agency, where I think we're going to be able to, like, it's not gonna hurt us that much if we do trade up. You know what I mean? Because I think we're gonna make the right moves to get our defense. I think it's really, really solidified. I think just the mere fact AP taking over last year, and then Patrick Graham, you know what I mean, kind of doing his thing once he left too. And I think AP adding his flavor into like that shit. Like, I think the defense is already for real, but now you add a piece or two here and there. Like, who knows? Maybe you add a fucking a corner, you know what I mean, a top end corner or a top end defensive tackle. You know what I mean? So it's like you could really solidify that defense in the top 10. You know what I mean? Top 5 even. You know what I mean? With the right guy. You know what I mean? So then you got the ability to move. Not worry about so much of the picks. You know what I mean? Because your team's still young. You know what I mean? You're gonna have guys under contract. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then especially if you go up and you're trading up and you do hit on the guy, so it's like that those picks are never going to be even remembered. You know what I mean? So it's like those
people I'm looking at too. This is one of the things I'm looking at as well. You know what I mean? Loom said right here, the new salary cap is projected to go up $25 million. You know what I mean? So we could have.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying like around 70, 75, because I think I was like, it said something around we're supposed to be around upward around the number.
We'll look at it like 55. This. So if we get 11 and a half back from Jimmy G, we get 11 from Renfro, right? We get the 25 million added into it, right? So if you add the 25 to the 35 that we got right now, that's sitting at 60. You know what I mean? You're sitting at 60 with that one right there. So if that's 60 and then you add 22 to it, you know what I mean? That's 82 right there. Mm-hmm. That's 82 million right there. You know what I mean?
Somewhere around there. I think it's 70, 80 million. So somewhere around the 70, $80 million range.
The Commanders, you know what I mean? So, if they get an extra 25 mil, these motherfuckers got almost $100 million. You know what I mean? They got almost $100 million, and the Saints will still be negative $50 million.
Do you want to go play in Washington, D.C., or do you want to go play in Vegas?
I hear you.
You know what I mean? No state tax. You know,
but if we got $90 million, there's no reason why you can't build the defense and the offense. You know what I mean? Offensive line.
Yeah, bro. Like, I think
no reason why you can't go out and get the top offensive lineman available.
Or the defensive lineman.
Before we jump into that, we're gonna have to finish out this top.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So yeah, my guy's Jaden.
So for me,
my guy is Jaden. Is Jaden or bust? My guy has been Jaden or bust, but I mean, not Jaden or bust really. Like, that's just something I've been saying, but I've just been talking about like when, kind of like when on our show over there, you know, that like, you know how when we're the whole thing about DA was coming, and I was kind of like, you know, kept talking about it, and I kept saying, you know, I'm going to speak it into existence, and it happened, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to use that same, you know, mentality on this shit right here. So it's like, I'm speaking into existence now. We're going to trade up. We're going to get Jaden Daniels. But I think the most thing about it, I don't think we're going to have to trade up to like 3, dog. I think we're going to probably trade up to like somewhere for sure in the top 10, but I think something's going to happen early in the draft where not everything's going to go to according to plan. You know what I mean? So I think some guys might drop a little bit. You know what I mean? So we're probably not going to end up having to give up so much. I think we're going to end up going to the top 10, but it's not going to be like 3 or shit like that. You know what I mean? So
he almost had a 5,000 yard season. You know what I mean?
Who?
He threw for almost 4,000 yards. He threw for 3,812 yards and 40 touchdowns. But he also rushed for 1,134 yards and 10 touchdowns. So he had 50 touchdowns. He almost had 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns.
And also don't forget that he was sitting over there lovely because both of his wide receivers are both slated to be in the first round.
Yeah. And then if he comes over here, though, he's gonna have that same thing, though. He's gonna have
Yeah.
two guys who are prime and ready. You know what I mean? He's gonna have a DA. He's gonna have a fucking, Jacoby Myers. So it's like he's not gonna miss a beat. I think it's gonna be, hit the ground running. You know what I mean? It's just now fixing the offensive line, which that also, like, if there's this year is so deep in like in offensive linemen. You know what I mean? Because there's so many, like there's guards, there's interior linemen, there's offensive tackles, like there's guys that are good, like projected that to be really good that are gonna still come out in the fourth round. You know what I mean? Fourth, fifth round. You know what I mean? There's this. That's how like there's a lot of good offensive linemen coming out in this draft. So man, we could probably even address here too, like if we end up staying with a pick or here too, because if we do end up trading picks. If we do get I think if we do end up staying with like a fourth, fifth round pick, we could still, address maybe the line, but we gotta address it too, also, and I think in free agency as well. I think that those are the two main parts that I think we gotta address: the defensive line, because I think some guys are not coming back. I think you know what I mean, because some guys were on 1 year contracts. So like some of the I think the guys that
The
were on this.
Tilleries, the Bilal Nichols,
Yeah, like the
some of
the
those
Adam
guys.
Butler, the
Yeah.
Adam Butler, the Jenkins, you know what I mean, the John Jenkins, a little older, you know what I mean. So those guys, I'm not saying that they weren't good or anything like that, because they produced, you know what I mean. They produced to that fucking that kind of that turnaround on that defense as well, you know what I mean, this year. But
Mhm.
having one anchor there, you know what I mean, having an actually anchor like in there, you know what I mean, like even a Leonard Williams, fucking, there's a Christian Wilkins who's gonna be a free agent. The dude from Baltimore, Mzabuki or whatever, like that guy, like that guy's gonna be a free agent. Like, so bringing one of those type of talents in here, dog, will be fucking awesome to see, dog. You know what I mean? Chris Jones, it looks like he's gonna be staying in Kansas City. That would have been like expensive as shit anyway, but I don't know, man. I think we gotta go out and look. We really gotta go out and take a look at like, a Leonard Williams who
Yeah, but see,
had his
if they keep him, you know what I mean? If they keep him, they're not gonna be able to afford anything else, really. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
So,
gonna
I mean,
that's gonna be on both sides.
Yeah, I'll take some of they. I'll take one of their old linemen, two of their old linemen.
Yeah,
I'll take that right side. I'll take that right side all day. If that's what you want to, if that's what you can't afford, I'll take your corner too.
Yeah,
You want to let Snead go? I'll take Snead. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'll take somebody with a championship. Know how to win. Go out there and be a dog. I'll take that all day long. You know what I mean?
Jaden from right here too.
You know what I
Jaden from
mean?
right here down the street too, dog. Jaden from right here, fucking San Bernardino.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all, man. Like Jaden Daniels will be my guy, bro. I would have no argument. You know what I mean? That would be my guy. But they also have Caleb Williams, which I'll be honest with you, as nice as Caleb is, bro, I'm not saying the kid is a bust. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I don't think he's going to live up to the hype. I'm not saying he's a bust. I think he's going to have a decent career, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near the hype that he's getting. You know what I mean? I made the mistake of saying he kind of reminded me of a Trey Lance, but I think Trey Lance is a full-on bust. I don't think this kid is a bust. You know what I mean? I just don't think he's going to live up to the hype at the next level. I wasn't impressed with SC this year. I wasn't.
Yeah, I just don't think he makes it past Washington.
I think the Commanders could use him.
I think that's the whole reason why. What's his name?
Kingsbury, but
exactly. I think that's the whole reason why he went over there. Kingsbury went over there and he backed out of the Raiders. I don't think it was a money thing or the 2-year contract bullshit. I think that was an excuse to be like, you know what? It don't seem like
how much money we got. You know what I mean? They literally enticed him. Look how much money we got. Look where we picking. Yeah, I mean, you come over here, we can give you a couple of more extra dollars on top. You know what I mean? Give you a little bit of this, that. You know what I mean? Hey, look. In the end, it's good for both parties. You know what I mean? It's good for both parties. And the reason why I say it's good for both parties because I didn't want him anyway. I didn't want it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
It kind of like does us a favor regardless because I don't think he's making it past Washington, and I don't think we're gonna trade up in front of Washington anyway. So it's like, so one way or another, I don't think it matters to us. You know what I mean? I think he's gonna be gone one way or another. So I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that problem.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in Raider Nation would have been pissed off anyway because they have the misconception of what the air raid offense is, and if you look at the air raid offense, it's actually really, people would have got their feelings hurt because they would have got the wrong.
I'm surprised he's 2 on this list.
Yeah, I think Jaden Daniels is 2. But I can see him being at 3 just because of the hype that surrounds Caleb. But you know, I'm not feeling it like that. And then Drake, number 1 overall, they got Drake May out of Carolina, which I don't think they're wrong. I think Drake May is 1. I think Jaden Daniels is 2. I think wherever Drake May goes, they should be a contender. You got a guy who he can play this game, bro.
Yes,
like there's no question that this kid can play this game, bro. You know, with ease.
He's good, man.
Then, I think it's him 1. I think Jaden Daniels is 2, and then I don't know, bro. I just don't know where Caleb falls, especially in Washington. You know what I mean? I know they got a lot of money and they got to make. I don't know where Caleb's gonna play, how he's gonna play in Washington. But I can guarantee you, if Drake May goes to Chicago gonna ball. I'm telling you, if Drake May goes to Chicago gonna ball.
Like the only reason I would probably go Jaden over Drake for the Raiders is because the only reason I would go Jaden over Drake though, because like if we had a different coach, I would go Drake. But because I think the dynamic with AP and him work, that's the only reason I would probably go Jaden. But if we had any other coach, I think it's Drake for sure because he just he checks all the boxes.
Yeah, he checks all the boxes. But I I don't think he fits. I don't think our system would be the right system for him. You know what I mean? I don't think our tradition would be the right tradition for him. You know, I think he needs to be in a team like Chicago or the Panthers, like that, huh?
New England.
I can see him playing in New England. I could definitely see him playing in New England.
They are 3. They are number 3. They do hold the 3 pick.
Drake May is probably one of the best way I can categorize him. He's probably one of the cleanest prospects out of the 3. And like Gabe said, I agree with Gabe in the sense that I don't think that would I be mad if he was over here? No, because he's a quarterback. He can get the job done. But if you're really looking at something that's going to fit our mentality, I think I think Jaden fits that perfectly. And plus having that mobility, definitely helps even more in our situation because we're still trying to figure out how to tighten up this offensive line. So we'll see how that pans out for us this year.
So out of all the offensive linemen on our team, who's the weakest link, do you think?
I think our weakest link is a free agent already.
Our weakest link is right in the middle of our line.
That's what I was gonna say too.
And that's the worst. That's the worst spot to have your weakest link.
Andre James be pissing me off recently, dog. Like this last year, Because all that shit that he talked in the off season, you know what I mean, saying about he was in the weight room and saying it was gonna be different this year and all this shit, like, bro, you got punked, bro. When it all came down to it, like every time you met somebody, like anybody that had anything like that, that's of a name in this league, you got punked, bro. Punked.
Young and old.
Yeah, like it was like, I know they're good, and people say like. People keep saying, well, yeah, look who he got punked by, you know what I mean? Like, Quinnen Williams and, you know what I mean? And fucking, Chris Jones and shit like that. But you're supposed to be holding your own too, dog. Like, we gotta fucking hold it to a different standard, you know what I mean? Like, that's like, you can't be doing that, you know what I mean? That fool was getting literally fucking, well, I think I've heard you twice say it. Like, what was it saying? Like, what's your saying for him? Like,
Andre negative 3,000.
Negative 3,000 because they're already in the fucking,
Yeah.
negative 3 yards backfield once they hike the ball.
Yeah, Andre negative 3,000.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. You can go either way. You're not gonna lose either way if you drafted either one. But I just think Jayden Daniels offers a little bit more pizzazz to our offense. You know what I mean? And it'll probably run just a little bit smoother right off the tick. I just feel like it's a smoother transaction for me. What I got pulled up is a top 10 list of free agents by position. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go through this list real quick, you know what I mean, before we decide to close out. And the list goes a little something like this. We start with quarterback. And on their list of quarterbacks, they got Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, Gardner Minshew, Jacoby Brissett, Flacco, Jameis Winston, Ryan Tannehill, Mason Rudolph, Sam Darnold, and Joshua Dobbs. Is there any quarterback on this list that you would take a chance on?
Gotta look at Sam Webb.
Sam Webb, where he at?
I'm just playing.
Bro, like, as much shit I've talked about, I talked about this guy, like the only guy on that list that I would probably take a chance on right now. And if he became available, because I think the team that has him right now is not gonna make him come available, but fucking I even hate to say this shit, Baker Mayfield.
Hey, you gotta say it, Gabe, because you know what? As much as we was giving him that, saying, everybody was giving him, the trash, but he turned his game around. You know what I'm saying? Nobody expected Baker to turn it around like that. And I'm glad that,
I've talked a lot about shit about him over the years, not on the shows or anything like that, but just like with my nephews and cousins like that, because they're Baker fans and shit like that. So
I've talked shit openly about the guy, bro.
Dude balled out this year, man.
I've been on platforms. I've said what I've said, but I will give him credit for balling out this year with Tampa Bay, and I don't think Tampa Bay is going to let him go either. Truthfully, I don't see why they would let him go. You got to offer that man. You know what I mean? You got to offer that man. He did.
I think any guy that we're gonna take is not even on that list, which I think is like a guy that we might trade for, which is like a Justin Fields. A guy and then a guy that's not on that list as well, which another guy I don't want, but it's gonna be on that list, is gonna be Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be a guy that's gonna be on that list as well too, because Denver didn't do what they did to keep him on the roster, so they're gonna get rid of him. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, the writing's been on the wall for Russell.
Yeah, because it's gonna be like the Carr situation where, they're gonna probably want to see if teams trade for him right before that deadline for him to be on the roster. But then teams already know though. Teams already they're not stupid. They're gonna know, and they're not gonna trade for him when they already know that it's the inevitable. He's gonna be let go. You know what I mean?
Hell no to Russ.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm saying the same thing. I'm just saying, like, he's gonna eventually be on that list. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna be He's gonna be on that list, and then so is no, not on that list, but I think it's gonna take. What do you guys think it's gonna take? Probably to take. You know what I mean? Because supposedly Chicago's gonna make their plans known within the next week of what they're gonna probably do with the first round pick, and probably let go of Fields if they have to, or put him up on the trade block. So what do you guys think it might even takes to get a Fields, like a third round pick? What's the most you would actually give up to get a Fields?
I'm with you on the third. I don't want to go any higher than that because I really do believe in what we can get in this draft in the first 2 rounds. So
I'll give you a third and a fifth. I'll give you a third and a fifth. I know it's going to take 2 picks. You know what I mean? It's going to take 2 picks. I mean, Chicago's got picks. So a third and a fifth, they'd be like, shit, man. We just took Drake May. Fuck it.
Who's gonna make a fucking? That's why this month it's already fucking done. We're only a couple of weeks from free agency. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So free agency is gonna be crazy, bro. For like with the money that we're gonna have available, all of that shit. I think you're gonna hear news, and with the Raiders name attached to it, on the first couple of days, quite a bit on next month.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Alfredo, these are coulda, woulda, shouldas. I'm not saying that this is what we want. I'm just saying from this list of people, there's only Mayfield that anybody would really take a chance on, and then there's some guys that probably might be on this list, like I'm not saying this list, but more of a trade option list.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, if I have to take a veteran, I'd probably give a third and a fifth for Justin Fields before I take a chance on any of these guys aside from Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, like I wouldn't. The only reason I wouldn't take Kirk Cousins either is because, I mean, he's coming off a major injury, 1, and 2, just the reports of him saying that he wants $50 million plus. Like that's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't doing that shit. I'm good with that. Yeah, like
you go ahead and retire. I believe you can go ahead.
I'm pretty sure a team will end up giving it to him. A desperate team probably gonna end up giving it to him, but it ain't gonna be the Raiders.
It had to be Minnesota again. It'll have to be Minnesota.
Yeah, it just cannot be us. That's not gonna be like that'll be a set of bad precedent from the beginning, dog. Like, you know what I mean? We can't do that shit. There's no way.
So here's our running backs, top 10. Saquon, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Tony Pollard, Austin Eckler, Swift, Zach Moss, DK Dobbins, Singletary, and Antonio Gibson. Well, you can go ahead and take this guy off the list right there. Josh Jacobs, he's not going anywhere. He's not.
I think there's too much. Like he's already. I think he kind of like made his not gave us his word, but without actually giving us his word, he gave us his word with saying that, you know what I mean, like kind of like all the little like things that he said with if AP gets if AP's hired, he's fully on board, and you know what I mean, like there's the shit that I think last week saying Vegas is home and all this shit, like I just think that he's gonna resign, dog. There's gonna be a number, and he's gonna end up resigning, and we're gonna have a fucking. It's gonna be great, dog, because you know now that you can actually kind of lean on a little bit Zamir if you have to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just gonna be. I think it's just gonna make things easier for Josh, bro. You know what I mean? Because Josh is gonna be more fresh when more fresh most of the time. You know what I mean? He's not gonna be best beaten up. You know what I mean? I think it's just gonna be beneficial, dog, for both backs and prolong their actual fucking career. You know what I mean? Because that's the whole reason why they say, running backs have short careers, right? Because they're always getting hit. And I mean, what's better than having two? You know what I mean? Let them let them split up those hits.
Yeah, I think we're good at running back in regards to anything on the top end, especially if we get Josh Jacobs. I think if you have Josh Jacobs, we already know what Zeus can do. I think we can have Zeus. We can confidently say that Zeus can spell Josh Jacobs when need be, and then if they do need it, of course they're probably going to need two or three more. I mean, not two or three more, but two more running backs. So you can probably address that whether in the draft or, what I'm saying, when they do the undrafted free agents, because, there's going to be some, especially at running back, there's going to be some talent still in UDFAs at running back. So
Yeah.
I say they fill it out there and not really spend too much, what I'm saying, in the running back situation. I think we're good.
I was gonna say, you were signed to Josh Jacobs. Is there anybody else on this list? Because I feel like Zamir proved himself in the last couple of games.
I mean,
I feel like he proved himself to be a valuable asset in the running game to give Josh Jacobs a break. I'm not asking him to come out and be the starter. I need you to be available to give this kid a break. You know what I mean? So for me, I was exactly. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I Tony Pollard is an excellent backup running back too. You know what I mean?
Austin Eckler. I mean, does he have ties? I know. The only reason I say Austin Eckler is because the ties with Telesco.
I think he's over the hill. Though. I don't really want to bring him in. He don't have no championships or nothing like that. Tony Pollard don't have any either. You know what I mean? Nobody on this list is a Super Bowl running back. You know what I mean? I think Josh Jacobs is the closest thing to a Super Bowl running back than any of these running backs on here. Well, DeAndre Swift, he didn't go to no Super Bowl either.
But I'll also say too, though, Dirty, when you're looking at that list, majority of those guys, when you really look at them, all those guys are going to want primary touches, and we're not going to be able to offer that if Josh Jacobs is here. So, that would be a whole nother locker room issue where we bring in a Swift or we bring in a Pollard, and they're thinking they're the number one, and they want the number one's share, and that ain't gonna be the case if Josh Jacobs.
You can't come in here thinking you're number one if Josh Jacobs here.
Yeah,
bro.
You better know your place. You know what I mean? But let's see. Now they got wide receivers: T. Higgins, Mike Evans, Michael Pittman Jr., Calvin Ridley, Marquise Brown, Darnell Mooney, Gabe Davis, Curtis Samuel, Odell Beckham Jr., Tyler Boyd. Is there anybody on this list that you would add to the wide receiver room that consists of Devontae Adams and motherfucking Jacoby
Myers?
Yeah. I feel like I don't have to say his last name.
Jacoby and fucking Trey Tucker, though. I think Trey Tucker's gonna be a baller next year too, dude. Yeah. So that's why
that's a trio right there. I mean, you got those three right there. Like, is there anybody like me? I would fly with a T. Higgins or a Mike Evans.
I was about to say that. I was like, I like T. Higgins. I like T. Higgins.
I actually like the first 4 guys on that list, but it's gonna be a lot of money for either one of those 4 guys.
Yeah.
And you know what? I would even take Odell Beckham for a small fee as a possession wide receiver, bro.
That's not bad. I mean, Tyler Boyd could ball sometimes. Though. Tyler Boyd could be a very good depth piece. I think he's a better version of like a fucking Hollins, like a Mac Hollins and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like a Tyler Boyd. I think he's a better Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis is just too fucking roller coastery, you know. Like he's fucking will have a great game, stretch of games, and then he'll just go cold. Like he just won't do shit. And that's why, and he's just too inconsistent. But all the other guys, Darnell Mooney, Odell and Tyler Boyd. I think I would put on that list. I would put Odell and Tyler Boyd up higher, but I would actually, you know, I wouldn't be mind if those were the guys, some of the guys that would bring in for like depth pieces. Yeah. Odell and Tyler.
Mike Evans, I would definitely take a Mike Evans. You got to think Mike Evans has produced high numbers. You know what I mean? Every year. You know what I mean? Mike Evans has produced high numbers every year.
Well, yeah.
I like
over 1,000 yards for like I don't know how many fucking years straight. Like that dude's a fucking consistent motherfucker. You know, Mike Evans.
And it seems like things.
Do you think they let him actually go if they do resign, Baker? That I think like would they really want to get rid of they're his best weapon?
That's true. I was thinking too, like, in regards to, we have to watch our team too and how they navigate the wide receiver, because especially if Renfro is on his way out, and the reports that I've been kind of looking at is that DA may be playing in the slot a little more than he's done. You know what I'm saying? Because of how Getsy runs his offense. So, to have another guy on the outside would definitely help.
Hey, did you hear about
this numbers right here, man? Listen to this right here, bro. This is Mike Evans. Mike Evans, he got drafted to Tampa Bay 2014. He caught 68 passes for 1,051 yards. 2015, he caught 74 passes for 1,206 yards. 2016, he caught 96 passes for 1,321 yards. 2017, he caught 71 passes for 1,001 yards. 2018, he caught 2018, 86 passes, 1,524 yards. Yeah. 2019, 67 passes, 1,157 yards. 2020, he caught 70 passes for 1,006 yards. 2021, he caught 74 passes for 1,035 yards. 2022, he caught 77 passes for 1,124 yards. And in 2023, he caught 79 passes for 1,255 yards.
So every year he's run for 1,000.
He's never played for less than 1,000, bro. In his whole career, he's never had less than 1,000.
That's pretty fucking great, though.
And
that's Hall of Fame, bro. I'm sorry. That's Hall of Fame. And he got a ring too. He got a ring with Brady. Oh, he Hall of Fame, bro. Mike Evans is Hall of Fame. His career.
That's pretty fucking hard to do, dog. I don't think any other receiver has ever had that, right? That many years in a row.
He played 154 games. He has 762 receptions. He has 11,680 yards. He averages 15 yards a catch. He has the long of 75 yards is his longest. He has 94 touchdowns. He has 586 first downs. He has 187 catches for more than 20 yards. He has 38 catches for 40 yards plus. I bring him in, bro. I'm telling you. I bring him in, bro. I don't care. I don't care if he's like 60. I don't care if he's like 60 at all, Loon. His last year in the league, 79 catches for 1,255, 13 touchdowns, 54 first downs, 20 catches for 20 plus yards, 6 catches for 40 plus yards. You bring him in. He averages 15 yards a catch, bro. He averages 15 yards a catch. You're not taking a chance on that. You're not gonna add that to a Jaden Daniels.
How many quarterbacks has he had at Tampa too? Dog? Like he's had Jameis.
Yeah, he's at.
like
He just did it with Baker Mayfield.
he's done it with Jameis. He's done it with fucking a couple of guys at
Jameis, Brady.
Brady.
Who else was over there?
So there's a lot of guys that he's done it with over
there. Yeah. Man. Since 2014, bro, he's been doing it big, bro. 1,000 yard every season, bro. He's never had anything less than 1,000 yards.
Never.
Yeah, you bring that, man. You bring that in, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. You bring that in, bro. I bring in Mike Evans, man. I ain't even gonna lie. If you add a Mike Evans to your offensive room, bro, you instantly, bro, have one of the top offenses in the AFC, if not the NFL, bro. You got listen, you got Devontae Adams and Mike Evans, Kobe and Myers, and DeAndre. Oh, come on, man. Bro. You probably got the best. You probably got the best top. You probably got the top 5. You probably got 3 of the top 5 wide receivers next year. Instantly.
Yep.
And then you bring in a kid like Jaden Daniels and you give him that to throw to. Oh, you got 2 guys that are 1,000-yard wide receivers, and then you add somebody like Jacoby Myers who will get dirty, grimy, but still catch the ball like AP said when he was talking to Max Crosby. You know what I mean? Who's one of the guys like, Jacoby Myers is that guy who can do it all, bro. He's like, we needed him to run it, he ran it. Needed him to catch it, he caught it. He needed to throw, he threw it. Like, what can't the kid do? I mean, he's willing to do it all. He blocks, you know what I mean? So you add something like a Mike Evans to that. Oh, that could hurt the NFL, man. That really could hurt the NFL. I don't see no reason why you can't score 24 plus points a game, man. I see no reason why you should score anything less than 35. I don't see any reason why you should score anything less than 35 points a game. And you build that offensive line. You draft it. You go ahead, trade up, fuck it. You're done. Free agency. You built the line. You got a contender of a wide receiver who gives you nothing less than great. You know what I mean? He does nothing less than 1,000. He's giving you nothing less than 1,000. That's what he wants. That's what he's going to give you. You know what I mean? So you add that in there. Oh man, I'm telling you, bro. I see no reason why we shouldn't be, beyond playoff contention. We should be dancing in joyfulness. Jaden Daniels in the offense like this and the defense that we got. Maybe add a piece or 2 to it. Bro. No reason why we shouldn't be waxing. No reason why we shouldn't be waxing. So let's move on to what else is available. So we got tight ends where I don't really think we really too much need one. But hey, if we gotta go get something, because Austin Hooper is a free agent, and I'm good with it. Dalton Schultz, Noah Fant, Hunter Henry. I like Getsky. I think he did a whole lot better over in Miami than New England. I feel like he just wasn't used right. I'd still take a gamble on him. Gerald Everett, I don't like. I feel like he might be old. Parkinson, I'm good. Adam Trump, no. Bryant, no. Hudson, no. Cooper, no. Only one. Getsky, maybe Schultz. Other than that, I'm good with what we got, and maybe draft one later in the rounds.
Yep.
Yeah, because I like our farm of tight ends. You know what I mean? I like what we got. especially, you know, in our backups where we got it stashed away on our practice squad. So like father in hand, you know what I mean? I like Cole father in hand. I think next year is his year. You know, I think it's his year. I think he makes the team. Him and Mayers, they'll be the tight ends. Or you still got Horsted who showed, you know, he could still get it done as well. So I like our staple of tight ends. You get rid of these older guys who really ain't do it for us like that. You know, Austin Hooper let me down too many times. He had some good ones, but you know, I mean, he had more bad plays than he had good plays for me. So
Hey, you know it says something when you look at the list and our tight end is all the way at the bottom of the list.
he's the last. He's number 10. So let's move on to something that's needed, an offensive tackle. And look at the offensive tackles that are available.
I would in that list. I wouldn't mind, but he has a lot of. I mean, we talk about it a lot. Tyron, I like Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith.
Tyron Smith is nice. You know, Michael Wanu, I would take a chance on him as well. You know what I mean? Even Mekhi Becton. You know what I mean? I will take a chance on Mekhi Becton. Yep. There's really not anybody on this list that I wouldn't bring in, bro. That's how I feel about our O-line, bro. There is nobody on this list that I wouldn't.
Jermaine Illuminor is on that list.
Hey, look, Jermaine can come back and fight for his spot, bro. You know what I mean? He's welcome to come back and fight for his spot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just know we are not going to pay you what you know what I mean? We're just not going to pay you that much, bro. We know what you can do. So you have no bargaining chip with us. You know what I mean? It's the contract we offer you because that's what we feel you are valued at, bro. You know what I mean? And there's no slight to it. If you can go somewhere else and get more, by all means, go ahead.
Yep.
But we know what you're worth because you've been here a while. Yeah. And if I can be honest, man, we haven't really got a whole lot out of you. We got some, but not enough. And it's evident because we ain't in the playoffs. And we've had a lot of the season we spent talking about the offensive line and it not producing and not getting the job done. That hurts you at contract time. You know what I mean? I hate the fact that we talk about the stuff like that and it's held against you, but I mean that's the reality, bro. We see what we see. We bring the light what we bring the light. And it was bad offensive play. So a lot of our offensive linemen don't have any bargaining chips when it comes to, you know, going up against us for more money because, well, we don't feel like you deserve it. That's why you're on the free agency list and you're visiting other teams because what you're asking for, no.
True.
So, you know, is that's where I'm at.
Yeah, we just need to make sure Trent Brown is on some Weight Watchers if he come over here.
I'm not taking another. That's another guy that I'm leaving off the list. I'll leave Trent Brown off the list, man. I've taken enough. But I don't know. I wonder if Trent Brown will perform different under AP because AP ain't gonna put up with that bullshit. He ain't.
Yeah, well, I just think that I don't think we bring Trent back. I think he's a little older now too. No?
I hope that in his old age he got a little bit wiser and more mature. You know what I mean? But let's be honest, when he was here, bro, he wasn't healthy. You know what I mean? He just wasn't healthy, and it didn't work under John Gruden. I don't see why it would be any different under AP. Because John Gruden is a very hard-nosed coach. No nonsense. So yeah, I'm cool on, but I'll take a chance on Mekhi Becton, Tyron Smith, Jahan Williams, Mike Onwenu,
I like
Devon Smith. Yeah, anybody, but I'm leaving off Trent and Jermaine. Like I said, Jermaine can come back, but Jermaine got to earn his spot, bro. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, you just gonna have to take the contract that we offer you. Now, here's the interior offensive line. They got Robert Hunt, Kevin Dotson, Connor Williams, Lloyd Cushenberry, Jahan Jackson, Kevin Ziegler, Andre James, You're at number 7. You can come back, but you're gonna have to earn your shit. Cleveland, Tyler Bass, Dalton Reisner. Everybody above Andre James can come in and have a chance, bro.
For real. That's where it stops.
Everybody above Andre James. After that, nah. Because if you're below Andre James on this list, well, obviously we're looking to get better, right?
For real.
Anything under that is not better. You know,
Let's see.
we need
Robert Hunt.
We need to
Robert
get
Hunt would be
better.
good. Connor Williams. I like Connor Williams. Connor Williams is pretty good. So
I like Connor
Cushionberry is pretty cool too. But if I was gonna take a guy from this list, it's Connor Williams. If they could go get Connor Williams and Tyron Smith, then we'll be straight now. I think with the rest of the guys that we have, I mean, fuck though. I don't know what we're gonna do with that fucking.
Cushionberry has ties to the team.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
He has ties to the O-line coach.
Yeah, Alfredo. That would be probably a move to go. I mean, Parham at center.
I don't know. I think I'll leave Parham at guard. I'll go get me a natural born killer at center. You know what I mean? And I build my offensive line like that, bro. I think Parham plays quite well at guard. And you put a good center, a damn good center next to him, and let that right side of the line get built up too. Oh, bro, I'm telling you, he is one of those guys where I think he's gonna play really well for us for a very, very long time to come. Long as you build that center and right side out. You know what I mean? You got to build that. If you build that, it will come. They will come. You know what I mean? Fill the dreams out this bitch, bro. If you build it, they will come. And when I say they, I mean rings, trophies, Lombardis. Just build that fucking line, bro. Build that line. Draft
everybody.
James, add fucking Evans, and let's go.
I think and everybody knows. Well, everybody should know if they don't know. Look, when you with the offensive line, the center is your help. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, the person that's supposed to be helping was our weakest link. So that's why we got what we got on the offensive line.
Yeah, but if you could bring in a better center.
Yeah,
make that guard. Let Parham just focus on guard with a better center. I guarantee you, Parham looked better at guard than he did at center. I promise you. I promise you. But yeah,
I like Connor Williams.
Line. Here's what's available: Chris Jones, Christian Wilkins, Justin Mapaduke, Leonard Williams, DJ Reader, Fletcher Cox, Grover Stewart, Nico Autry, Sheldon Rankins, Javon Kinlaw. Anybody on this list that you will bring? We know Chris Jones is gone. So anybody else on this list you would want to play?
I like Leonard Williams. I also like DJ Reader.
I like Nico Autry. maybe it's nostalgia, but I like Danico's game. I'm mad that he left. And Sheldon Rankins was here too.
Yep.
We also had him here too.
I'm with TC on this one, bro. I'll bring in Matabuk all day, bro.
Matabuk,
bro. I'm bringing him in all day long, bro. I don't care.
I think he's the youngest one too.
Yeah, he's got a lot of tread left, and he moves the crowd, bro. That kid moves the crowd. So I would definitely But anybody else on the menu, when Chris Jones is gone, Christian Wilkins is okay. Leonard Williams at a good price. Fletcher Cox would have to take veteran minimum. I'm just being honest. Danico Autry as well would have to take veteran minimum. Javon Kinlaw. No.
What happened to him?
I think a history of injuries. I think injuries just piled up.
Because there was one point in time where he was actually, named one of the top, one of the better ones.
Yeah. One of the greats. I don't know. I think just that's what I say. People get talked up to a platform. It's not always gonna pan out for them.
Yeah.
I think it's not gonna always pan out for them. See, on the edge, they got Josh Allen, Brian Burns, Chase Young, Daniel Hunter, Bryce Huff, Jonathan Garner, Clowney, Zadarius Smith, Josh Uche, and Andrew Von Gingle. Would you bring in Chase Young? Or are you going to ride with what you got?
I like Van Ginkel.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Man. That's a good list. Josh Allen is a nice one too, though. You know what I mean? If you had a chance at Josh Allen on the opposite edge of Max Crosby, that could cause a problem. You know what I mean? That can cause a real problem. I mean, I feel you. Stick with Kuntz and Max. But
you need more than that, though.
If you tell me I could put Josh Allen on the other side of Max Crosby and move Tyree Wilson to the inside and add somebody like a Justin McCoby, Mama Dookie to go with it, good luck doing anything against that defense. Anything at all. I promise you.
But we need more than that. We need more than, I know that everybody's satisfied with Max Crosby and Kuntz, but outside of that, you need more than that when it comes to having pass rushers. Kuntz ain't gonna be running 98 snaps, you know what I'm saying, or 98% of snaps of the game. So you need someone to help out on that side.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm telling you, Josh Allen and Crosby would be crazy, though. That would be crazy. You know what I mean? As a wrap, and you still got the draft. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. You had a Josh Allen, bro. Woo-wee. With Max Crosby? Oh, man, I'm just saying, bro. Good luck beating that defense, man.
Weren't we supposed to get Brian Burns?
I think so. Maybe. See, J-Dog said, need all the help you can get. It takes one injury and Kuntz is out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He said, sign Josh Allen, trade Tyree Wilson and Kuntz. Nah, you keep the back. You build a backup. You know what I mean? That's what you do. You build a squad for backups, man. You know? But slide through this list real quick because we're coming up on the 2-hour mark, and that's about the majority of the time that I have. So the linebackers, they got Frankie Louisville, Patrick Queen, Levante David, Jordan Brooks, Willie Gay Jr., Drew Tranquil, Bobby Wagner, Terrell Dodson, Blake Cashman, Devin White, Patrick Queen, yes. Levante David, yes. I would even take a chance on Devin White, maybe. Drew Tranquil, I liked as well. Those will be my four guys. I like. Don't get me wrong, Frankie Louvu, nice too, but I don't know what he's gonna ask for in the stint of a contract with money. But I know I can get Patrick Queen on a good deal and Levante David as well. I mean that instantly makes my deep bro. The defensive players that I'm yelling out, man. If you could afford all of that and put that together, and still make things happen. I mean, if you got $90 million, I'm sure you can make that happen, bro. I'm sure you can make that happen. But what about you, Twan? Anybody on this list you feeling?
Outside of everybody you said, I think everybody's good besides Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner's too old for me.
Yeah.
At this point, and Devin White, he can't stay healthy, so I'm good off of that.
Here's your corners: Jalen Johnson, Janarius Sneed, Kendall Fuller, Chidobe Awazui, Stephon Gilmore, Kenny Moore. We could just stop at Stephon Gilmore. Anything below that, I'm all right, man. Especially like Jeff Okoto, you know what I mean? Bro, we know when you came in and who you came in with. The top three, I mean, that would be the only three I would even target. Any one of those three would be the only ones that I target, bro. More probably L'Jarius Sneed. But that's just me. We targeted Stephon. He played the game. You know what I mean? He tried to ice us over the coals, and he ended up going somewhere else. So, I'm good on him. Plus he's up there in that age as well. So, I'm good. But any one of these three, you add them to our cornerback room, I think we're instantly a better defense as well.
Yeah, I think we definitely got to look at corner in regards to, even filling out this roster, because I don't think I'm not too confident in the corners coming out the draft. So we're definitely have to address that in free agency.
Safeties: Antoine Winfield, Xavier McKinney, Carmen Curl, Kyle Duggar, Geno Stone, Julian Blackman, Jordan Whitehead, Jordan Fuller, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and Allahu Gilman. Anybody on here you bring it in, or you think we good at safety?
I think we're good at safety. Xavier Kinney actually has some ties, I believe, with Patrick Graham. So I know that one sticks out to me. But I think we're good at safety, to be honest with you.
I think we're good at safety too, but if you can get Anton Winfield Jr., I'll take that chance. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. So that is the end of the list. Twan, man, you got anything for the people, man, before they roll out, man? Yes, I'm definitely re-signing Amik TC. I think he's a dog, bro. And yeah, I feel like we're building the team. You know what I mean? We're trying to build the team, add extra pieces to it. We don't really want to get rid of too many that work for us. But anything you gotta say before we roll out, Twan?
Man, blessings to everybody tonight. I will be live tomorrow. That's right. I'll be live tomorrow for the 2 for 1 Nation podcast with me and my brother Eric from the SC Raiders Talk. So we'll be live tomorrow at 2:30. And we'll be breaking down more Raiders stuff, more Raiders talk. Come on over to Raider Twan. Subscribe, get active, get involved. I'll be doing the 2 for 1 Nation podcast on Thursday. I will be dropping another live video sometime this weekend in regards to our O-line coach. I'll be giving you some more details on that. So definitely, if you want some more Raiders information, you know, you can come on over to Raider Twan. And definitely, if you need prayer for you or your family members, hit me up on IG at Twan Twan, TWUAN, TWUAN. And always, you guys, be an organ donor. Sign up to be an organ donor.
For sure. Appreciate everybody for being here, man. Brother Twan, appreciate you being here. Brother Gabe had to go, but appreciate it, man. Condolences to you and your family, man. Hope all is well for you guys. Love you guys as always. 50 billion things on the face of the planet you could have been doing. The fact that you allowed me to grace your screen for any amount of time is greatly appreciated, more than I can verbally express. And as always, no matter how much it rains, you can never stop the sun from shining. Raider Nation YouTube.